Good morning. Welcome to Your Known Unknown, where Source and I will help shed light on what's unknown for you. Welcome to the Daily Spread today. Without further ado, let's intuit. Let's get to it. Let's pull some cards. Angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, source, divine creator. Please allow me to intuit this message perfectly for the viewer. Please allow them to have the best possible. Let's get this message out to them. Thank you. Hope everyone's having a good weekend, a good holidays, a good day, a good morning, a good present, good now. We're here together. Should be a good time right now. First up, you've created this situation and you have the power to change it. Yesterday we were talking about something along those lines about creating the present moment that you're in. And remembering that you have the power to change your situations, whatever situation that may be. Ultimately, you really, really do. I am aware that there are some forms of metaphorical chains in this world. Some people have abusive relationships that are really scary, and you can't really change those situations as easily as you would think. It's like a safety hazard to your life kind of thing. But there are ways. There is a way. I don't believe in the word can't. There's only won't. Can't does not exist. Anytime I caught myself saying the word can't, I realized that I was just looking for an excuse to not do something. And it made me feel weak. Anytime I use the word can't, I feel weak. And so I don't. I haven't for years. I ixnayed it out of my vocabulary. So you can. You have the power to change any situation you need. The prayer for this card is: thank you for letting me lean on your strength and for reminding me of my personal power. Please guide me to manifest and heal according to divine will, creating peace and blessings for everyone involved. So that prayer kind of falls under the line more of like an unconditionality too. It's like, I want to fix myself so everyone around me can be fixed, because I was tired of seeing everybody around me hurt. So one day God whispered in my ear and said, change yourself. The world around you changes. And I was like, that's it. And they go, that's it. And then you kind of can't not do it after that. Kind of have to, whether you like it or not. Pull another one of these ones. So that was a specific message, maybe. And always pray. Remember, God is in charge. God is in the driver's seat. The universe owns you. Don't forget it. But it's a co-creation, remember. And a co-creation is just a compromise with self, depending on how crazy you are. The more crazy you are, the less with self it is. It becomes more with something else, but you get my drift. God is in charge. Never forget that. Dear God, please help me let go of this situation, giving it in faith and trust to your divine wisdom and infinite love, in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. Very similar to, you created this situation and you have the power to change it. It's interesting that both these cards are kind of, I'm getting like two sides of the coin on these cards as far as where they're coming from and what they're entailing, but at the end of each card, they both end with let's see, and heal according to divine will, creating peace and blessings for everyone involved. Trust to your divine wisdom and infinite love in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. They all have the same end game. Kind of like beliefs, kind of like enlightenment, kind of like finding the path of spiritual enlightenment. There's one destination and infinite amounts of roads to get there. And I think that both of these are addressing two very unique and popularized paths that a lot of mainstream and people nowadays, not even mainstream, but just people nowadays, this timeline that we exist on, are following. Some people follow detachment, some people follow like law of attraction, and a lot of people follow other stuff, but it's kind of like, I feel like there's majority of those two, kind of like, Republicans and Democrats. They are the larger parties. Law of attraction and like detachment and letting go, they're opposites. They incorporate each other in them, but they're opposites. These incorporate each other in them, but they're opposites. So I don't know. We're just going to leave it there. Those are very nice cards to start off today's reading with, in my opinion. I'm interested to see where this is all going to go. So you're in control of this co-creation, but remember, God's always in charge. If you ever need anything, just pray to the universe, pray to your ancestors, pray to your angels, pray to your higher self, pray to your lower self if that's what you're on. If your path is the path of the sword, you might be finding some fun in the debauchery of life. You might be finding enlightenment through letting go and just not caring and being free. If you're on the other path, you might need to tighten it up a little bit. You might need to go from your lower self and pray to your higher self to align, to balance. I think our existence is just a counterbalance of experience. I think that's really it, but I'm not sure, I'd like to feel that way. Be grateful. Card coming up. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. The opportunities that it presents. Grateful. I'm going to say straight up, if you haven't already experienced what can come from a gratitude journal, I highly recommend that. I highly recommend that from minimum, if you're going to do it every single day, a minimum of 3 months. If you're going to do it like once a week or something, a minimum of a year. Just 1 year of life. It's not that difficult to write in a piece of paper 10 things you're grateful for. Some days you'll feel better than others, so you'll be more descriptive than others. Those days really work well. If you can find that descriptive energy, that creativity, that real gratuity that you feel every day, you're doing it right. If you wake up in the morning and you're like, God, what am I grateful for today? You're doing it right. If you're kind of just like, I gotta write this out, at least you're doing it and working on it, and it will continue to bloom. It will continue to unfold. I promise. I promise, because I've done this, and I've resented it, and I've accepted it as well too. I've done it all, and it really helped. It worked, and it helped. So, yeah. If you're somebody who's like, I don't have time to do that, think of 10 things on your drive to work, your commute to work. Think of 3 things every day. You can make it. You have created the situation. You have the power to change it. You can control it. You're allowed to think whatever, whenever you want. And if you didn't think that ahead of time, you're welcome. You're free. Question everything. Because why not? But remember, there is a difference between questioning everything and not trusting anything. So, there is a difference there. And if you don't know the difference, practice. Or ask somebody. Or like, meditate and ask yourself, like, do I have trust issues? Or am I doing this right? Anyways, I'd highly recommend practicing gratuity, saying thank you all day, every day. Perseverance. I know I can do whatever I set my mind to. It's just so cool how these cards are popping up. Alright, so those Archangel Oracle cards, they were kind of like two sides of the coin. I've got these two cards. They're kind of like two sides of the coin. Can't make this shit up, Can't make it up. Keep pushing, though. Don't let life make you quit. And if you're somebody who is kind of on the verge of finding that life kind of makes you want to quit a little bit, don't. And try doing nothing and just being okay with nothing. I did that for a while too. I did that to the point where my nothing started to annoy me. So I realized that it was the nothing that was causing me to want to do nothing. And so I just never did anything. And then here's your body trying to be a body doing nothing, and it does not like that. So, don't quit. Persevere. Yeah. You have I want to say you have every option ahead of you, but I'm not gonna lie, like, that is a puddling statement on a linear time frame, and so it kind of contradicts itself when you're dealing with destiny. You've signed up for things in this experience that we will in the end call your destiny, right? So you have every opportunity ahead of you, of your opportunities ahead of you. So don't overwhelm yourself with the what ifs, could be's, and should be's. They're not going to help you persevere. They will drain your energy. They will drain your energy. They will affect your self-esteem. Yeah, we want pride. Not the negative, toxic sense of pride, but pride. Pride is proud. Okay? You want to be proud. You don't want to be a dick. You want to be proud. Okay? That's simply put. And you don't have to show off to other people. If it takes other people's recognition or validation or people to tell you good job, for you to feel proud of something, there is some shadow work that needs to be done. There is something in there that is toxic. My ear just started ringing this really cool pitch. My left ear. So pride and proud are different. And what are you proud of you for doing? I beat myself up a lot. So I have a hard time making myself feel proud. I'm okay not feeling proud. In fact, I feel more proud when I'm so humble that I'll give everything away in my life. And that's kind of toxic, to be honest, when I really think about it. Because, damn it, I deserve shit too. I deserve stuff too, We all do. We all deserve what we deserve. But am proud of a lot of things that I've come and overcome through. And the longer that I've overcome these things, the more proud I'm getting. And I kind of am finding that pride has a snowball effect to it, that kind of once you start and your integrity keeps you going, you start to become a little more proud of stuff. You gain confidence by recreating new situations. You gain pride from recreating, from making better choices and sticking with them and doing the hard things, whatever you think they are. So it really changed my view on this term pride, and made me want to have it when I started to correlate it with the word proud, because they are. That made sense. And forgiveness, 96. This is coming from cards the other day too. Back to forgiveness. Forgive thyself. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. Forgive the people that hurt you. Just forgive them. It's the holidays, so if you're going to end up being around a lot of these people that have hurt, betrayed, backstabbed, thrown under the bus to you, whatever, slandered you, anything, if you're going to be around them, maybe don't. It was weird, but I took a few years off from my family. It was really weird. It was weird for everybody, but I come back to it again this year, a different person, after learning forgiveness. And I'm proud that I've learned this much forgiveness. I don't know how to forgive perfectly, but I've learned this much so far, and I'm proud of that, because it makes you not have to say goodbye to things if you don't want. And it makes you not have to regret or wonder. Forgiveness is powerful. In fact, forgiveness and gratuity are probably the two best medicines to learn how to alchemize and to start shifting things out of you and around you. There's also something about the number 96, the way that it is presented in its character. It's kind of like back-to-back symmetry, whereas 69 is the sign for Cancer, the crab. And it's a very harmonious symbol. Both these numbers have been popping out a lot. The number 96, it's just like what I'm seeing is like these two people coming in, and again, don't expect another person to forgive. Expect you to be you here learning this now. Don't expect anybody to learn a lesson. You're the one learning, not them. You're the one here watching. You're the one here trying to connect and see and find the answers, not them. So when you go and say I'm sorry to somebody, and instead of just apologizing, you actually change, but they don't, what do you expect? The best from people? Come on. We've learned not to do that. We've learned that gets our hopes up and shatters them already. Do we expect the worst from people? You can't do that too, because then you avoid people and you start to find disgust, and then you start to isolate and judge, and you become angry and an asshole. So what do? Find balance. So what's the balance between connecting with somebody and not connecting with somebody? What's a balance? In my opinion, short, quick, easiest answer, one person says I'm sorry, the other person is an asshole. That's two sides to every coin. That's an even balance. So which one do you want to be? Do you want to be the bigger person or the shorter person? Shorter. I want to be the bigger person. I want to be the one that's accountable. Not for them, not for how I look to them, but for how it feels to my soul. For how I actually felt the next day after I blew up at my boss and I came back being like, nobody deserves that. I'm sorry. Even though it wasn't my fault to begin with. You know? And I knew that. But I knew that nothing was going to progress if somebody didn't grow up somehow and go and fix the situation just because we all need to move on together. You know, we have to move on together. So I put my pride aside, my pride, where my pride was keeping me away, you know, from this altercation, and it was keeping me distanced. It was giving me fuel to want to stand up for myself. And you have to kind of put that to, you got to learn to simmer that fire and then unleash it where it's appropriate. Okay? And how it's appropriate. And if you can control that, holy shit, you have superpowers, my friend. You have superpowers a lot of people don't have, because a lot of people react. They're not willing to swallow their pride and go with their tail and place, make it look like their tail's between their legs, just to continue on. Because you're definitely more woke. You're more awakened than a lot of people you're around, and it's difficult. And so that's where I feel like the perseverance is coming in. I feel like God is your friend, and you know God is in charge. And you like to play with that game, but don't test the game. Play with it. God doesn't like being tested. None of us like being tested. And I think your pride's going to grow. Just be grateful. I think these are awesome oracle cards this morning. I think there's a lot of messages in here. Lots of messages in here. Just on the bottom of the deck for all of these oracles is patience. Look how pretty that is too. Straight orange. Very sacral. Oh, yeah. Maybe some of you are starting spiritual careers as well. These two cards are calling out to me very loud, especially with the colors on them. They're new to me. We have spiritual career and patience. So maybe you're growing. Maybe you're creating. Maybe you're advancing. I don't know. Maybe you're connecting. I don't really think that there's a maybe in here. I think you are. And I think you're learning it. I think you're actually starting to learn the comprehension of it. It's not so wondrous anymore. You're starting to feel in yourself what's been changed, what has been gifted by the divine. What's your power? I'm going to pull some tarot cards now for today. And then we're going to have to end it after that. And I get to go do some work, edit videos, make food, meditate, clean, smile. Hierophant. I had a feeling something like this would pop up. It's a very Pope-esque card, the Hierophant. Spiritual career. Guidance. There's like a lot of wisdom in with this, but there's a lot more, not wisdom like emperor wisdom. It's more like research wisdom. The Hierophant understands its power as a spiritual teacher via the work the Hierophant has done to get there, you know, and the connection and faith and belief that came with it. The Hierophant represents kind of like a pope, a priest, shaman, high, you know, a just diplomat kind of thing. A channel. That was weird. I just said a channel and I saw kind of like everything kind of flicker a little bit. That was really funny. Next card up here, Seven of Wands, Valor. This card popped up to me and went back like a day ago, and it has stuck in my mind ever since. The Seven of Wands, so it's really reflecting towards the Perseverance card for me there. I have the Justice card, and I have the Universe card, which is the World card. You have so much guardianship. I'm kind of about to cry right now. You have a lot of you have a lot of ancestors and people who are really proud of you. You have a whole universe backing you up, and you don't even know it. And that's okay, you don't know it. You're just supposed to have faith. I promise. Just have some faith. But you have been earning this, and I think it's time for you to kind of start to feel good about it. I think you are starting to feel good about who you are. And Temperance is popping back out too, so some more patience, some more balancing. Wow, sorry, that was really overwhelming. I just heard like so many voices just say, we're here, we're here, we're here, we're here. Yeah, like look at the cards, look at how they are. It's like 1, 2, 3 people, and I just feel like these 3 angels just watching you, and they're perfectly balanced, and they're meant for you. They're your guides, they're your team, and they are a reflection of you. That's the biggest part. These angels, spirits, guides, ancestors are not here without you first. I mean, they are, but they're connected to you. And with the World card, it will be coming in soon. You will have what you need, and intrinsically what you need is what you want. And that's why you get this, whatever this is. So let's see what's coming in here soon. Yes, that was such a beautiful feeling. The Hanged Man. Okay, so coming in, you will need to practice perceptual shifts. You'll need to practice seeing things from different points of views, different perspectives maybe. It will give you what you need to keep progressing. Maybe something happening will feel one way and your emotions will stay one way, but maybe you'll like take some time away from it, and then you know you always calm down, and then you come back, right? You come back and fix whatever's going on, or address whatever's going on, or perceive it differently. Like, that's how I work, at least. I'm the type of person where something happens, I'm like, word, let me assimilate it in my head and heart and see how I feel about it, and then I'll reply. We don't always get that opportunity. A lot of the time, it's kind of like a reaction. And when it's a reaction, depending on what the situation is, sometimes you blow up, sometimes you don't, right? And we're tired of that. That doesn't get us anywhere good. We know that. Other people know that. So we stop and we go shift perception. We wait until we see it better. Next card up. We have the Queen of Pentacles. That was a really satisfying feeling, an abundant feeling. Yeah. I'm getting earned abundance, earned income, abundance, straight up, via this perceptional shift. Maybe you are going to start practicing that gratitude journal and watching the world change around you. I'm serious. That during those I did these gratitude journals for 2 extended periods in my life. I should continue to do it every day. I just don't. I do other practices. But like those years that I was doing those journals were the most magical and transformative years in my adult life when I was practicing gratitude, physically practicing gratitude on a physical journal, especially. It was huge. It was huge, the wishes that came true. And it was huge, my manifestation power. Like, try it. Knight of Pentacles. These are really intense cards to come up and to follow everything that we've been coming from so far. We have the Hanged Man, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. You're going to be very abundant coming up here. I'm not going to say finances, I'm just saying abundant. You're going to be very comfortable. You're going to be very well. At least in comparison to how you have felt for a while. Not been, felt. With this Hanged Man card here, I find a little bit of internalization with some of this. I feel like maybe you'll see it's not about the material, or maybe you'll see it's not about the internal. Maybe you'll see it is about the material. That'd be cool. Wouldn't that be cool to realize that, like, you were right your whole life, and then you were wrong for a bit, and then you were actually right the whole time, and everything you've been doing has just been adding up the whole time anyways, and like like I was saving money in a piggy bank, and then I thought I lost the piggy bank, so I started another piggy bank, and then I found my other piggy bank, and now I have 2 piggy banks. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like that. You're like, shit. Cool. Kind of like that. I feel like the weight of abundance will become less important as well. As it comes in, you'll have more pride, which will give you more confidence, which will make you want less. Like, it will make you, like, desire less. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, I want that, I want that. It's going to make you be like, I don't really care if I have that or not. And that's when the real powers start to come in, you know, that non-attachment, that living in the present, that doesn't matter. That's when serendipity happens. That's when synchronicities happen. That's when manifesting actually happens. That's when shit comes in, is when you don't think about it anymore. That's why, like, you fall in love when you least expect it, right? It's like, oh, yeah, I wanted this thing like a year ago. I stopped thinking about it, and then all of a sudden they got it for me. It's crazy. Sun card. These blockages to watch out for. Yeah. The Sun card. Purpose, driving your everyday, your soul, your passion, your love, whatever it is, that's pushing, that's coming through, presenting itself. We have the number 19 twice through this here, right here too. Ace of Wands, taking new actions, starting new anything, just starting new. And it's happening now. The Chariot. Wow. And you have the Queen of Pentacles again. You have the Three of Cups, celebration, connection. Is that Lovers? The Lovers. Dude, these are huge shifts coming through. The Sun, Ace of Wands, the Chariot, Queen of Pentacles, the Lovers. Lots of vibrancy, lots of bursts in these cards too, like boom, 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 boom. I feel like coming in is going to be like the interactions that you have coming forth for the next while, or the feelings you have, or the rewards you have, or something, the presents you get. I don't mean like Christmas presents, I mean like blessings. The presents you get. It's going to be like, hey, here's this. And you're going to be like, boom, that's the best. I've wanted that forever. And then you're going to be like, word, what's next? The next thing somebody gives you, you're going to be like, boom, this situation is the best. And it's going to be like that. It's going to be like, boom, 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 boom. And then it's going to even out, be nice and smooth. And you're going to be super satisfied. You're going to be very grateful because that's what we're practicing, right? Gratuity, right? That's how all of this gets unlocked for us. So. And I know y'all heard me say the Lovers card. Might be love coming in. Not too prone to reading love readings. They're too volatile. Not impossible, but they're volatile. And so I feel like the Lovers card specifically is representing this like harmony and union within yourself that is allowing a lot more of this stuff to come through too. If there is a relationship coming in, it's going to be a good one. Good one. All of this is a win-win right here. And I'm not just saying that for clickbait. I'm saying that straight up. Like, this is all a very win-win pulling today. I don't see anything to be concerned about. In fact, I only see keep being you, because you've changed you to be the you that you are going to want to be someday. You've done this hard work. You have persevered. And your guides are here, and they know that. And they're like, hell yeah. Don't stop now. Kiss me now, 'cause I'm having a good time. Having a good time. You know? Daughter of Wands. Express your creativity. That's how you do it. Express your creativity. For you. Be proud. For you. Write down what you're grateful for you. Remember, selfish and selfless both have self in them first. Okay? And they're both very, very okay. And they're both very, very necessary to balance. You can't be an overgiver. You can't be an overtaker. You have to balance. And then everything else will fall into place. More. Maybe not everything will fall into place, but it's because you have a long life ahead of you still, and you have a lot more of things falling into place to experience. So we don't get bored. Anyways, I think we are complete here today. I'm going to take a deep breath. One deep connective breath from wherever you're at in the world, if you would like. I'm going to shine some energy on the viewers here as well, and then we will be off and on our ways today. So if you take a deep breath with me, hold and release. Yeah. All right. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Till next time.